What's up, guys? It's Julian here. I go by Echo sometimes. By production of music instrumentals, and some of you may know me, some of you may not. That's okay. Sooner or later, you all probably know me. Hey, that's fine. It's what I'm aiming for, and so should you. Now, what I want to talk about is this generation, society, music, technology, social media platforms, and a few other things, other people really, and I won't say names because I mean, of course you all know they're kind of they're kind of famous, you know. But what I want to first touch base with you on is people are not moving. They're not doing what they should be doing. Instead, you're cutting children off from technology. You're actively complaining about how you can't afford the next bag of chips or you can't afford car payment or rent to feed yourself, feed your kids. It's an ongoing thing. And I hear it. I was the exact same way. I was. But I'm at the point to where I'm like, you know, I don't care. Okay? If I want to go and afford something, I'm going to make a gateway for myself to go afford that thing that I want. And I'm actively doing that as we speak. As a matter of fact, creating content is a thing that I want to talk about as well. Exactly what I'm doing. What you see what I'm doing is creating content. I'm going to talk to you about these things, okay? You can't cut your children off from technology and expect them to be as successful as they want to be. You are still expecting your children to be as successful as you want them to be. And you got to stop, you got to stop and think about how that sounds, how that is. Social media is a great platform for advertisement and marginalizing content. Everything, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of that is a gateway to gain success. Okay? This world is becoming completely digital. It really is. Technology won't stop for anybody at all. So, that means that we, as a people, have to actively push at it. We have to manipulate and use technology in a way that makes us successful, really. I mean, parents are so good. We are so good at, you know, demonizing technology. That's the word. Sorry, it took me a minute to find that word, but demonizing technology. That we don't see what good technology actually brings as a whole. And that's the truth. Now, back to where, I was talking about people complaining and not moving fast, not fast enough, but not moving at all, really. You got to get up off your ass, get to work, okay? Get to work, use that money to make more money. That is what our world is now. You have to spend money to make money. And people don't see that. They're so caught up by, you know, oh, I only made $400 this paycheck. I don't even want to spend this money like that. I already have to pay bills. I have to do this. I have to do that. And at the end of it all, they don't look at how much they will have left or how much they most likely will have left of each paycheck, and don't think about the fact that they can actually save that instead of getting what they want all the time and then spending all of that money on whatever. Don't realize they can save that, use whatever, amount you have, because it's everything in this world has a price, okay? It does. And you have to just actively look, just like you have to actively look for better opportunity, okay? You have to actively look at what's out there. There's cheaper prices, there's higher prices, there's way out of the blue fucking expensive prices for what you actually need to make things better for yourself. Instagram has it is a platform really, but it has a section that allows you to pay to advertise what you have, your account in general. Facebook has the same thing. Now, I'm not saying you have to go pay for these things in order to, you know, make yourself social media famous or whatever. I mean, it's a good way to attract more people, and I saw that myself. I'm will confess I did pay for the advertisement on Instagram and Facebook, and I saw how many views I got. There were hundreds of views, you know, and I'm like thinking, why not continuously do that? I love Instagram. I love it. You know, people complain so much about how they don't have enough followers. Their post had 5 followers the first time, next post had 30, post after that has 2. And then they're, oh my god, I didn't get enough likes or comments or shares on this post. And then they shut the entire thing down. Why? Why is there a shell put up immediately after you didn't get a certain amount of likes on a post? You gotta find a way to break out of that shell. You gotta get moving. You gotta stop complaining about what's not happening. Stop talking about what you can't do and continuously think and talk about what you can do to gain those followers, gain those likes, okay? Gary Vee did not achieve all of those followers, viewers, people that do his Q&A. He didn't achieve all of that by someone giving him these people. Somebody didn't walk up and say, hey, here's 100,000 people. I hope you do well with it. No. As a matter of fact, billions of people are already given to you. Truly, they are. I mean, they're waiting. They watch videos consistently. If you think about how many people use YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, these people are practically handed to you on a silver platter. You just gotta know how to use the platform the way that it should be used. King Bach, Gabby Hanna, Gary Vee, and a lot of other people started small. They did. Gabby Hanna, King Bach, Vine. Vine was a huge platform for pretty much comedians. I mean, it was a great platform to be used. And then YouTube brought back up out of nowhere. These people went from Vine to YouTube. Now King Bach is acting in movies. That's crazy, mind blowing. The guy never stopped moving at all. Gabby Hanna, Vine, YouTube, music videos. She is writing music. She's doing big things basically. She's out there doing her thing, making her money. And Gary Vee, Wine Company, on a show for apps. I don't remember what it was called. Then Q&As, talk shows, all of those things. He actively worked at gaining the viewers. And he's done pretty well for himself. I'm actually a huge fan of this guy. Huge fan. Now, me, myself, I've targeted corporate companies because I'm still trying to work my way up. In a way, it's a good idea. In a way, it's not. You know, if you look at Robert Kiyosaki's Business of the 21st Century, States in His Business, cash flow quadrant, that the more money you make, the more money you lose. And that's the truth. He has the 4 quadrants, okay? Well, he has 4 sections, okay, in this quadrant: employee, small business, business owner, and I don't remember what the other one was. But if you are actively trying to get up to regular employee to corporate, it will be known, it will be seen that no matter how high you are in a certain company, there's always going to be someone in front of you. Which is why I'd like to target business owner more than anything. More than anything. I mean, I have a few ideas on the table for what I want to do. I also make my own instrumentals. I have a name for myself. I'm not, big, but I'm actively making music so that way I can get somewhere. And people have to see that that's what they have to do. They have to stop sitting on their ass. They have to start working at doing something, I mean, Gary Vee had a really good talk show. 127 Days of 2019. Watch that video. I mean, he talks about the way social media should be used during the last of this year. You got to break out of your shell. You got to start, start not giving a fuck. Start by doing that. People are so worried about what everybody thinks of them, what everybody might think of their idea, and then at the end of the day won't do it because they're scared. You gotta start not giving a fuck. That has to be your main thing before you continue, because if you start and you give a fuck, you will stop. You'll hesitate, you will stop, and you won't get to where you want to be. You have to not give a fuck about anybody's opinion. If someone on this video or any other video to come comments on there, you have to go suck a dick, stop talking, you're a fucking retard, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go kick a guy in his dick. And I'm gonna show him who's the fucking boss. That's what I'm gonna do. Metaphorically speaking, I'm not gonna kick him in his dick actually, but metaphorically speaking, I'm gonna show him that he's just a fucking bottom feeder. But some of those people are actually doing something right. And the one thing they're doing is not giving a fuck about how you feel on their comments. And then now they're making an entire chain of negative comments, and sooner or later it becomes a huge thing. I mean, now in politics, Trump has these dumbass comments. Everybody has these dumbass comments on Twitter. If you look at Twitter and you follow all these people, look at all the dumb shit that they say on there. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. It really is. But look at how many views they get. Look how many likes they get. I mean, they're creating a chain of comments that eventually you know, that we have starting at 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 30,000. Eventually, it gets to 500,000, gets to millions of people, and now they have found a way to marginalize the shit that they do, and pretty much now they have something to go off of. You know, Gabby Hanna started, you know, she doing her little skits or whatever on Vine, and she continuously did that until she got a big platform of people that just loved her. And I love her. She's amazing at what she does. She is. And then she transferred over to YouTube. Look how many views she has, and think about it. She was not always this really confident person. I actually, now that I think about it, I think she's actually stated that before. A lot of people didn't have the confidence to get on all these different platforms and make content for themselves to continuously gather the views that they have now. They didn't have the confidence to do that. But what they did was break out of that shell, and voila, magic happened. It did. So next time you guys have an idea, I want you to think about it. Think about the platforms you're going to use, think about how you're going to use it, and think about what you can do to break out of your shell. Think about what you can do. Think about what idea you have, and then utilize that idea. Use that to, you know, think bigger. I mean, you got these small ideas, big ideas. Generally, you start with a small idea, and then people stop at that small idea, and now they have what you want to call writer's block, or they just don't know what to do anymore. Use the small picture to think big. Think about a bigger picture and the end of it all. And most importantly, before you go and do these things, think about what you want to achieve at the end of it all, and continuously work toward that. That is the main thing you want to do. Alright, y'all. Julian out. See you guys on the next video.